And man, I guarantee you, you find the right guy, you find the right man to show you this masculine journey. I tell you what, man, your children's children will benefit from who you become. This topic has changed my life as a father, as an athlete, as a husband, as a business owner. This subject we're going to talk about today has impacted all those areas, you know, because as I've done all these different things, I remember something years ago, two things, right? One guy goes to me, mentor, says to me, why are you trying to do everything on your own? You know, say person has the experience, say, of 20 years doing a particular thing, their purpose, their gift, their talent, the thing they were built for, their mission in life, they spend 20 years doing it and they put it into a book. Okay, you can have the best of somebody's knowledge in one book. And this is what he also said. He goes, if you read 20 books on one particular subject, it's the equivalent of a university degree. It's like, whoa, okay. So I started reading books. I started listening to audio books. I started pursuing. And literally this subject that we're talking about is mentorship. And that's when he said to me, why are you trying to do everything on your own? Why are you trying to work everything out on your own? And the truth is, this is what I've seen over many years. Most of us pull back, most men pull back because we get hurt, we get let down by men we look up to. So we think, hang on, I'm just shutting shop. I'm keeping my cards close to my chest. And this is what I want to talk about today. I talk about it in my Rite of Passage book, The Rite of Passage for the Modern Man. GavinTop.com. I briefly talk in that book about three groups of men. We must receive from somebody, a mentor, a coach, a father figure, somebody who has already done the work, gone, has got the score on the board that we can receive from. That he has, that's the connection must be unconditional love. Man, he wants the best for you. We need mates on the same page, and we need to be helping somebody. Most of it, and when I'm talking about mentorship, I'm not talking about mates. Sometimes we can pull good stuff from our mates. Absolutely, I've got some amazing mates. Okay, that we swap ideas, we grow each other, but this is different. Mentorship is different, okay? Particularly early days in my boxing career, I learnt about certain people specialise, certain coaches specialise in certain areas. And, you know, and of course, one of the key things is, like in a boxing sense, a mentor, a coach, a boxer, a cornerman can see what I can't. I'm in a fight, I'm getting towed up, I'm thinking, I don't know if I can make it. He says to me, Gav, step to your right and throw my right hand. You know, he said it about 4 or 5 times. Eventually, I listened to him, turned the whole fight around, okay? From thinking I'm not going to be able to finish this fight to finish it on top, okay? I learnt that day, he can see what I can't. And that is what's helped me with being a dad, with being a business owner, with mentoring other men, being a cornerman for other men. So if you're taking notes, write that down. Mentorship. He should be able to see what you can't. And particularly by going through this today, I want you to be able to spot the right mentors. And when I say spot, because chances are you're going to need different mentors for different things, even in a boxing sense, you know. You know, I've had men that specialise in cut eyes. I used to get quite a few cut eyes when I was fighting. And you know, I had other men, you know, Robbie Quattro I think of, when the fittest I ever was, the strongest I ever was, he was my strength and conditioning coach. You know, got me to, I fought a world title eliminator in Germany, ranked 12th in the world. You got to have a guy who knows what he's doing to get me. But so when it comes to, for example, choosing a mentor, and that's what I really want you to get out of this, you know, about choosing the right mentor. Because I say that, I've actually had a couple of mentors that weren't that good, that actually got me into trouble. I actually had a couple of blokes. I remember having this one bloke in particular who just talked me out of a lot of money. I had a great thing. The wrong mentor can cost you your purpose. The wrong mentor can cost you your dreams coming true. So that's what I want. Pad and pen, and this is what I want. If you're taking notes, I want you to write down. When it comes to choosing a mentor, I want you to think about what is the burden that is in them. Because, when you understand your purpose, most men, when you understand it's a burden. It hurts, and generally those burdens will come out of pain, out of loss, out of a hurt, out of being talked out of their dreams. So they want everyone else to have it, So when it comes to, when you're looking for a mentor, what makes them cry, man? What their why that makes them cry? What the heck were they crying for? What is worth their life? What are they doing, going all in on? Because the thing is, okay, when you're looking for a mentor, a great mate of mine, Lloyd Ross, says you gotta pay to play. When you pay attention, and in this age that we live in. See, like back maybe when I started boxing in the late 80s, the 80s, the 90s, even the 70s, that was the age of information. Whoever had the information back then seemed to lead things. They were the experts. But you see, these days with all this technology, you can get the information on YouTube. You can get the information anywhere, anytime, 24/7. The information is everywhere. But right now, we live in the age of implementation. We need to implement the knowledge that we got. And that's where I reckon I've made a massive difference. Not just what's made a massive difference in my life is having the right mentors that won't let me off. I've got to go. It's about implementation, and I suppose that burden that I carry, that's what I'm seeing that with my mentorship program, able to, quitting's not an option. It's just some boxing principles that work. The way you fight a 12-round fight, man, quitting's not an option. You got to go the distance despite how you feel, despite what the terrain looks like, despite what you're thinking, So anyway, so when you're choosing a mentor, listen to this, is he doing what he's saying? Does his results represent his tongue, what he's teaching, you hear what I'm saying here? So for example, there's a lot of, there's a lot of people doing a lot of talking about a lot of information, but not a lot of action. And when it comes to implementation, you want to choose a mentor that's actually doing what he says, doing what he says. Let's let that land. That should be a very good indicator, okay? So gentlemen, you may have been hurt by a mentor before. You may have been let down by a role model, by a man who you love. But listen, you fall out of love once doesn't mean you're going to stop loving for the rest of your life. So I would strongly urge you, find somebody who inspires you. Find somebody who makes your heart swell up. Is he doing what he's saying? Is he saying what he's doing? Does that line up? And man, I guarantee you, you find the right guy, you find the right man to show you this masculine journey. I tell you what, man, your children's children's children will benefit from who you become.